Hi folks, me and my family, this time we are in Sicily for the Christmas break. We are going to spend 11 days doing the tour counter-clockwise. We start in Catania. The first night we spent in Taormina, where we are now. This is the square. This is my first day. I'm gonna climb up the mountain on this side. Behind me is the Etna, covered in clouds, and let's go. Got to Castelmola, just 300-400 meters above Taormina, which is back there. Crazy climb from Taormina up to Castelmola, and then the hill behind Castelmola, extremely steep, over 20% in some of the parts. These are Mongiuffi and Mongiuffi Melia. Mongiuffi is the one behind, and Mongiuffi Melia is this one here. The one there is Mongiuffi Melia, and now back in direction of Taormina and the sea. And back in Taormina, fantastic tour up the mountains with nobody around, and now the city is alive. And now we take a walk to Taormina. One of the most classical Sicilian views, the Etna, the Greek theatre of Taormina, and then the coast in direction of Catania. For the afternoon we are walking up to Castelmola, which is the one up there with the whole family. Here we are in the bathtub in Castelmola, where the team is with. Day 2 starts with a very early start at 6:30 from Taormina. It's still dark and there is nobody around. Got to Rocca Fiorita, and the one back there is Liminia. I am now at Castelvecchio Siculo, going back to the sea, and there is a nice clean view of the Etna mountain. We are now leaving Taormina, and on that side there is a fantastic view of the Monte Etna. I am now on the Isola Bella, which is the small island connected by just this strip of sand. We got to Castiglione di Sicilia at sunset, and was supposed to be one of the most beautiful villages in Italy, based on an association that groups them. The good part of the city that are completely run down, but the views are magnificent. Some parts of the city are also ancient, but there is a magnificent view of the Mount Etna. We are still in Castiglione, where there is the nativity scene live with real people. I was talking with a guy here who lives here, and the village is made for 12,000 people, in the sense that there were 2,000 people living here some years ago. Now there's only 1,000, so and they tried to sell the buildings for €1, and nobody bought them even then. Today I try to go up the Etna mountains from the north side. Here's the Etna. This is called Piano Provenzana, and the view is incredible right here. This is the square in Troina, view of Etna and the old city. Now we go down, it's the highest monumental square in all of Sicily, 1,130 meters. Now this is the village of Sperlinga, with the houses and the castle built in the rocks. This is the castle of Sperlinga, which is all built in the stones here. And here's the top of the Sperlinga castle, which is on a pure massive stone. There are rooms underneath. The houses where people used to live. Here even looks still a bit with wood. I don't know until how long ago. My daughter is telling me that there is more. Ah yes, with a number, even numbering system. Look. Right in the park of the Madonie, and this is Isnello. So I came up from Cefalù to this village here, now up the mountains. It's quite chilly. We are only at 600 meters, but it's already quite cold. Let's see when we go all the way up. We're still in the park of the Madonie, up to Petrale Soprana, and the road is like a ghost road. There are some of these structures which are left alone since probably decades. Got to the highest point of the climb. I have no idea why I came up here. I came to Sicily to get some warm weather, and here it's cold. It's pure winter, even a little bit of snow. And now down to freezing probably. I have some clothes luckily. So 1,620 meters here from sea level. And this is Petralia Soprana. We came by Petralia, the lower one. And on the road of Petralia Soprana, where there's this church.
back in Cefalù after a crazy 130k by the Madonie Park. After spending the day crossing twice the Park of the Madonie, we are going to spend the second night in Cefalù. The museum features also the James Dean of the 17th century. Today we are moving from Cefalù in direction of Palermo. This is the borgo of Caccamo. Here behind is the city of Caccamo, seen from the road opposite the old city center. This is the Ballarò market. It's a crazy place. Food everywhere. This is the astonishing Jesuit church in Palermo. Absolute maximum expression of Baroque. This is all original, this church. Seven o'clock, just outside Palermo. There's not too many rides that can be done, so I'm gonna try to go up this mountain up here. And this is the end of the road of Monte San Pellegrino. This is the Santuario di Santa Rosalia. This is the Palazzia Cinese, which was built by Ferdinando IV di Borbone, and the insides are incredible. Now we go to the Catacombe, which is a necropolis where they mummified corpses. To see them also after the death. Wow. Walking the back roads of Palermo, there are some incredible corners with street art, and I could not film inside the houses of the people. Now having lunch at the Mercato del Capo, it's also a bit more peaceful than, for example, yesterday in Ballarò. This is the Oratorio Santa Cita, another amazing place. Oratorio di San Lorenzo, and here there used to be a Caravaggio painting that was stolen 60 years ago. I didn't even know the story and it was never found. This is the astonishingly beautiful Monreale Dome, one of the UNESCO World Heritage Sites, but there is a fantastic lighting system. Basically, the whole church is lighted up by somebody who puts in a euro, and then you wait for somebody else to put in the euro again. Boom, and this is gone. Now we're in Trapani, and this is a morning ride north of Trapani, because this is the Mount Cufano. I tried to ride around the Caccamo, which is this one here. Gentleman at the bar. There is a lantern around. I don't see it. As somehow expected, the gentleman told me that the road is open, and I spoke with the guy here who told me the whole story of his trip in Friuli, which is not very common, and he told me, no, it's completely closed, the road. No chance to go up here with this bicycle, so yeah, all the way around. Back there is the Grotta Mangiapane, which was inhabited since the Paleolithic and until 1950 by the family Mangiapane. And there is a whole village. Unfortunately, it's closed. It's not possible to enter. And back to Trapani. Here's the city. Our hotel is right here. Behind are the Saline di Trapani, the one just outside. The more famous one a bit more farther south, but they look very nice also, these ones. For the afternoon we are in Erice. This is the Dome of Erice. More you walk around Taranto, and today we head south toward Modica and Siracusa. Incredible Segesta temple, 2500 years old. And this is an abandoned village. I spoke with an old man living nearby. It's been abandoned since 1968 because there was an earthquake and the buildings were not safe. Visiting the Borgo of Salemi, which I know mainly because Pietro Sgarbi was the mayor of this town. I don't know why, because he comes, I think, from Ferrara. This is the famous Scala dei Turchi. And the last stop of the day is in Agrigento, where we came just for the sunset. Now I got to Ragusa, and this is Ragusa Ibla. Every morning ride I go through some villages which are just north of the city. I'm in Monterosso Almo, which is about 30k north of Ragusa, and it's one of those villages listed as one of the prettiest villages in Italy, in theory, which makes me wonder why. Maybe the view from the outside. This is Monterosso Almo, seen from the street. It looks pretty impressive, yes. This is the village of Buccheri, another one of these listed villages, the prettiest ones in Italy. I think the best part of it, as many of them here in Sicily, is the view from the outside, which is pretty impressive also because the Etna is again in view. This is Palazzola Creide, again one of those listed villages, one of the prettiest of Italy. And there are some good corners. Most of the village is abandoned. The touristic signs are worn out, and this has been a bit of a constant throughout this trip in Sicily. On the way back to Ragusa, these olive groves on terraces. And back here Ragusa after about 100k, just a little bit less, and this is the part which is called Ibla. For the afternoon walking tour of the city of Ragusa.
Best view of Syracuse from the city. This is the church of Maria delle Scale. Here's the city of Scicli. It's the third city where they say that they are the main location for Montalbano, which I've never seen. I must see it so that I can judge what is the correct one for the.
This is the Palazzo Bonelli, the second open aristocratic palace in the center of Scicli. Walking in the back tracks of Scicli. Pretty astonishing also this. Let's see if I make it through because it's a bit messy here. January 6th, lunch in Scicli. T-shirt, sun, probably 20 degrees today. Possibly the last stop of this Sicilian trip. This is Syracuse. Palazzo Borgia in Syracuse. And that's it, we are leaving Syracuse and that's the end of the trip. I hope you enjoyed the video and see you next time.